ठीक है वो लाइव कर दूं माइक इज ऑन ऑफ कर लेता हूँ मैं hello guys hi all of you and everything is good I guess like you guys are doing fine I guess please say yes no anything so I hope you guys like say yes say no welcome guys everyone good afternoon hi hello Vaibhav hello all yes good afternoon to all of you I hope I am audible to you guys I guess so you can hear me perfectly and properly I guess so yes yes perfect so what we do today is like our objective is just to make sure like how you should go through with the entire plan for this next 8 months because as you have understood like you guys have only 8 months left for that and we have to start preparing from now onwards so we will discuss like what generally people face the problems when how you should approach cat and how you should approach any of this time kind of like exams as well like what should be your ideal mindset and how you approach questions how you approach your syllabus how you approach yourself what should be your schedule and what kind of preparation is basically very required so this kind of things we will talk about today it's not a very long session it's like a small session where I will basically touch base you the major important facts what you have to remember before starting your preparation. I hope like most of you are like thinking about preparing. Like how many of you guys are thinking to prepare for CAT or have not started your preparation yet? Say yes, no, anyone. How many of you have already thought like preparing for CAT or you have not started your preparation? You are going to start. Like how many of you are going to start your preparation? All of you guys. Hi. No, so you have not started, yes. And how many of you like willing to start your preparation very soon? Say yes for like those who are willing to start your preparation. Like you guys are thinking about something like CAT or MBA or something, this kind of things, and you will start your preparation obviously. So how many of these people are like there who actually basically thinking about like preparing for any exam? Going to start? Yes. Bhavya, okay, nice. What? Who else wants to start? Started, cool. Archita also is going to start, obviously. So session is very important for you guys because this session will we actually going with like basic idea like what exactly you should keep in your mind while doing all of this kind of preparation. It's not exactly about like what kind of syllabus you're going to cover in the next 8 months. It's about how exactly you cover and what exactly the things that generally people will always like see like what exactly the problems they face while probably while solving CAT questions or probably while solving like probably appearing for CAT and all of these kind of things. Like we will see basically like I have thank you, Sonali. Yes. So that's what exactly we are going to do. We are going to teach you like what exactly, like what kind of things you should keep in your mind. Because I have seen people, like a lot of people who started very early, started very well, but they could not have, like they could not hold the momentum in between. A lot of people also started not too early, but they started in the right time, but they are holding the momentum for the last time. So the momentum is also very important, like where you need to pick, where you need to have be stabilized, how you should prepare, what exactly you are going to do, and what exactly are the things what you should keep in your mind. So these are the things which we generally discuss today. And most importantly, how to stay motivated throughout the next 8 months. It's not about motivation. that I will discuss like what exactly required. Like motivation is something which is like which goes up, which goes down, which is not a very factual thing, right? It's like sometimes you are very motivated, sometimes you are not. So we will discuss like what exactly we are trying to harness in this process so that you can be consistent throughout the CAT preparation and throughout the last CAT day. Not only even of CAT, let's say like the days after CAT also, because you will have your interviews, you will have your GDs, you will have your extempors, all of these things. So this is the entire thing we are going to discuss. So let's begin, obviously. So first I'll tell you something which we are going to use a lot here. So like motivation obviously starts with a why. That is the first thing you need to know, like why you are going to prepare. Thank you, Sonali. Thank you. I really appreciate this. So motivation starts with a why, obviously. So now why is basically you need to understand like why you are going to do this. So I always ask people to do one kind of thing, like one exercise before like they start their preparation. First, in a white A4 paper, write down what you are going to achieve in your next year. In 1 year, what you are going to achieve. Let's say today is April. Let's say in next April, till next April, what you are going to achieve, what you want to do, what you want to buy, what you want to have, where you want to study, how much money you should have in your account, whatever exactly, like even which kind of people you want to meet, which kind of a girl you want to date. So whatever you want to do, just write down in a A4 page. Now, find the two most important things. Find two most important things which you want to do. And I hope, as because today we are here, so MBA is one of the most prior thing what you want to do right now. So that is like the two most important things. Let's say that out of those two most important things, let's say MBA is one of those things, right? If MBA is one of those things, now open another A4 sheet, like have another A4 sheet and write first MBA. Now the question is, if you want to do an MBA, what are your process? You just need to write it down. Just write it down. What are the processes which you have to follow to do an MBA? Let's say you have to take CAT. Let's say you have to take CAT, you have to take that. This is the one process. Second process, what exactly you need to prepare to take CAT. So write down everything, like what exactly you need to do to take this CAT exam, what kind of preparation you have to do. Exactly, if you want to, let's say, get some coaching, like what are the coaching institutes which you need to consult. If you, let's say, want to take mocks, when you shall start taking mocks, write down every single thing. Write down every single thing in that A4 sheet in the MBA. Then first start with your preparation. Like when you start with your preparation, then you'll go with like the coaching, like it's a self-study coaching, like what coaching you want to do. So do this kind of mental exercise for everything, whatever you're doing. And this thing will give you the why, like why you want to start, like why you want to study, why you want to do prepare, why you want to actually get hold with entire MBA preparation or CAT preparation. This answer comes from this why, because we want to do an MBA. Why you want to do an MBA? Because we want to have a better life where you have like a good profile, you have like a good amount of bucks in your account, like you have a good let's say good vacation, like good everything, like you have a social status, all of these things. Like it can be anything for you. Money can be your influence can be your profile, your influence can be your big school, your influence can be like you have to prove yourself, your influence can be you have to prove someone else also, your influence may be like you have to prove your ex also. So anything can be your influence, you understand me? So whatever in your influence has, how many influences you have, whatever exactly is there, just write down all of these things and then you answer why. Now the why question has been answered. Basically now you understand why you want to study, because you want to do an MBA and MBA will lead you this kind of life. So this is like the part of the motivation. I am personally do not believe a lot in motivation. Why I do not believe, I will tell you that also. But the first thing you need to answer why, right? Now, why you want to do this? The reason is this X, Y, Z, A, B, C. I need to influence people. I need to like impress this one. I need to like have a lot of money. Anything can be that. So that is your why part, right? Let's say business also. So that is your why part. Once your why part is sorted, the next thing you have to understand, like already I have one thing in there, like I want to do an MBA. That is why I want to do an MBA, and why I want to study because I want to do an MBA and that will lead me to a better life, let's say. Now you understood why you have to study. Now, once you understand you have to study, then you have to have a perfect plan, like what exactly you are going to study. So that will be the next thing. So first of all, like this is also another very, like one of my very impressive quotation by Stephen King. You know, Stephen King is a very big author as well. So it's like amateurs sit and wait for inspiration. The rest of us just get up and go to work. This is a very important thing. That's why I've already told you, like I do not believe a lot in motivation. What I believe is in your discipline. Once you got the why, once you got why you want to do that particular thing, why you want to study, why you want to do an MBA, what exactly you have to do, then the next part is not, you cannot get motivation every single day. Trust me, you cannot get motivation every single day. There will be some days where you don't want to work, you don't want to have anything, you don't want to study, you don't want to do practice question, but the consistency is in that day also you can get up and you can do the same thing. That's what I'm saying. Like this inspiration, motivation is for the amateurs. For the rest of you, you have to get up and you have to go to the work, no matter you love it or not. You need to push yourself. That is the first thing, because motivation is something initially you can see about like all the good people who are from IIMs or let's say Harvard, or let's say you can watch the season of Suits also. You can see Harvey Specter and you can get motivated. You understand me? You can get motivated, but the motivation is not the fuel. The fuel is like whatever it happens. Let's say you are in your bad mood, like let's say you have had your breakup, let's say your life has been messed up, you have got flunked in your, let's say in your semesters, you have done very bad, everything happens, but still you have to study. That means you have to study. Let's say in 7 days you need to study for 6 days. So you get up in the morning, you come here, you get up in the morning and you have to study, no matter like if you think your life will going to be end, anything happens, what do you have to do? You have to study. So that is like that you have to work. You have to work no matter what happens. So that is like the thing which is about consistency. Let's say it's a good day, it's a bad day, you have to get up from your bed and you have to start working. So this consistency is very important. Otherwise, discipline and otherwise consistency, you cannot reach your goal. Trust me on this. Motivation, you cannot be motivated every single day. There will be days where you are not motivated at all. But the question is, in that day also, can you do the same routine what you do when you are motivated? If you can do it, then only you can succeed. It's not only about CAT, it's about everywhere. It's about your life. Like let's say if I am going to gym, like a lot of days I don't want to go to gym. A lot of days I just don't want to, I hate hitting the floor. I hate let's say playing certain games. I hate I hate swimming. But still I am going to swim. Still I am going to hit the gym. So that is like the commitment. Like it is commitment to yourself. Now what I always believe, now most of the people are generally not free. Why we are not free? We are very much dependent upon our wish, our desire, our moods. So we are like the bondage under our mood. So whatever exactly our mood is not good, we are not going to do that. So only time you can be free when you are disciplined. Because if you are disciplined, you are not a slave of your mood. Because whenever you are slave of your mood, whatever your mood like, whatever you think like, you will do it. But whenever you are not the slave of your mood, then you can do better in your consistency and your discipline. Then you are disciplined. So a disciplined man is a free man. That's, remember. A lot of people think the disciplined man is not a free man. Like a man who can do whatever he wants, he's a free man. That's not true. A man who is doing whatever he wants to do at that point of time, he's basically is a slave of his own mood. But you have to get past out of it. Whether it is like your cat, whether it is your life, whether it is your relation, whether it is your friends, everywhere you have to get past of this thing. Like something is called like the discipline. You have to be disciplined to get out of this kind of slavery from your mood. So you have to get out of it. So next I will answer this kind of questions, like the mock kind of questions later. First I just give you what exactly you have to do in this particular type of things. So that's why I always say like discipline is much more more important thing while preparing rather than your motivation. So you cannot be motivated every day, but you can be disciplined every day, every single day. Now think about discipline. Now why discipline is important? It is very important, like why discipline is very, very important. Now think about it, like today you are here, tomorrow you are here, right? Let's say you are going to a particular, you are let's say you are a sportsman, you love cricket. So today you are playing cricket and let's say after 2 years you are here. Now you can see these 2 years you made a progress, but let's say today I am playing cricket and tomorrow also I am playing cricket. In one day I have a very negligible change, and that change is very, very difficult to measure. Trust me on this. Let's say today you can solve 10 questions, tomorrow also you can solve 10 questions out of 100 questions. Even the day after tomorrow also you can solve 10 questions. Even the day after tomorrow also you can solve 10 questions. And someday that will come after 4, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, 10 days. There will be a day when you can solve 11 questions. But this timeline is so long, but you cannot directly measure your improvement. That's why we do not get motivated. Generally, result gets us motivated. Trust me on this. Result always gets us motivated, right? Always. You get a good result, you get motivated. You get a better result, you get motivated. But sometimes what happens? You cannot see the tangible result in a very short time. Let's say you are going to gym. You cannot see the change in 1-2 days. Similarly in preparation, you cannot see the change in the next 1-2 days. You cannot. You have to wait for 1 month. You have to wait for 2 months. Then you can see the measurable difference between your first case and your last case. You understand me, right? Let's say this is a 2 years kind of journey. Let's say in case of event preparation also. Let's say this is April, this is May. Now you can see a measurable difference, but you cannot see a measurable difference in just next day. And you have to wait to see this measurable difference. You cannot force it. You cannot force it happen. Trust me on this. It is impossible to force it. Like in one day today you are doing 10 questions out of 100 and next day you can do 20 questions. It's impossible. You have to be patient. And that is the virtue of patience. So that's why I give you one example. Let's say your improvement percent is 1%. 1% you are improving every day. So let's say what is 10%? What is one question out of 10 questions? It is 0.1 question. So 0.1 question makes no difference. That means after 10 days you will able to solve one more question, right? So your improvement, let's say 1%, right? Now 1% is a very different to measure, right? But still you think about it, if you do it 1%, like that is the formula, 1 plus 1 upon 100 is a compound interest to the power 365. If you do it for 1 year, you will be 36 times better than anything. You will be 36 times better than what you were. 36 times, can you believe it? You will be 36 times better if you are improving 1% every day. 36 times better. And this happens actually. And now, if you are wasting your potential, you are not doing what you actually want to do. Let's say now you are losing 1% every day. You are losing 1% every day. Then also in 1 year, you will be 3% of what you are actually. Let's say you are being your 100%, now you are in your 3%. If you are losing 1% every day as well. So if you are improving 1% every day, you will become 36 times what you are right now today. And if you are also decreasing by 1%, you will become 3% of whatever you are right now today. So whatever it is, you will see the multiplication benefit after a certain point of time. So that's why I'm saying this is like all these are exponential thing. This is we call exponential. All these are exponential growths we have. That's why you see in bank, they do not give you simple interest, they give you compound interest. Why? Because compound interest is exponential. Compound interest is growing in exponent. Like it grows not like a straight line. It goes like it can go to infinity very fast. That's why even Einstein said like compound interest is like the 8th miracle what human cultivated. So these are the very important things you have to understand. Like you have to be consistent, you have to get to work, you have to do practice questions, you have to do LRDI, you have to do read, you have to study. No matter, you can see your tangible benefits in 1 day or 2 days or 10 days. But trust me on this, trust on the process. You will see it at least in a month. At least in a month you can see the measurable difference what you were and what you are right now. And you have to do these things, and you have to be patient, because this process requires a lot of patience. You have to stay there, you have to move with this, you have to move forward with all of this kind of preparation. And then there will be some day where you don't want to do, but the thing is whether you are capable enough to get yourself into the work even you are not feeling it. So that is always the challenge. Trust me, that is always the challenge. So let's go for the next slide then. Obviously, this is like a one big thing. You are not your past. Obviously, you are your potential. So I always say one thing, like whatever you have done. Let's say a lot of people have asked me, like my 10th is not good, my 12th is not good. I have flanked in my graduation. My graduation percentage is 50%, 60%, 70%. Is there any chance I can get into IIMs? My answer is always the same. Whatever you have done, you have done. You cannot change that. What you can change, it's your next percentile in CAT. Like let's say you are motivated enough, you are inspired enough, or you have thought like you want to take CAT. So you should be in that part, and you should think about how much percentile you can do with CAT. I will give you all the answers with each questions. Just give me time, I just give these things a brief, then I'll answer all of your questions. Just wait for some time. I'll answer everyone's questions, don't worry. So what we will do, So we will from this particular thing, like the past, let's say your 10th is bad, you flanked in 10, your 12th is bad. A lot of people ask me, my grad is very bad, so shall I take CAT? I will always answer you, you should take CAT, because there are a lot of colleges which do not have a lot of importance in this thing also. And whatever you have done, you have done. You cannot change it, but what you can change it, your next percentile. So don't ask me questions like, sir, my percentile is bad, my percent is bad, what shall I do? I'll tell you always the one thing, have a good percentile, have a great percentile, and then we'll discuss what we can do with that percentile. Because if you have a decent percentile, a good percentile, we will change our life from that point only. So the first thing, whatever happened in past, don't think about it. We will think when we have a particular score. I always tell this thing to everyone. So do not think about your past. Let's say your academic was not good. I have seen people, I give you two examples. One of my student was there, his name is Amba Banerjee. Right, so what he did, so he was from a very mediocre college, like from Kolkata, and it's not a great college, and he was not exactly very gifted in maths also, so he's not good at all. But one thing he did, he was consistent. So initially though, he was like, he couldn't solve even one question. Let's say in a class there are 12 questions, 14 questions, he couldn't solve one question, trust me, he could not solve one question. But what he could and what he did, he was like he started with from very basic, like the NCERT book and everything what I said, he did that. And every day he used to solve, like, let's say 30-40 questions of maths, 3-4 LRD I said, 3-4 RC. That he did for 8 months, trust me, for 8, every day he did that, every day. And I have seen like the significantly how he improved. Significantly how he improved with every single month and every single like fortnight in every single week. And slowly, initially he got like around 60-65 percentile in mocks, then he started jumping to 70-75, then he started jumping to 80-85. In the last few mocks he was scoring around 90-95 percentile, and in actual CAT he scored 99.96 percentile, and he joined IIM Ahmedabad. He was engineering student, but he was not great in engineering as well. He is not great in maths. Yes, he was engineer. So that what happened. This is like the dedication. This is a dedication you have to have, because you have to do the same thing every day. Every day. And there is second example I'm saying. This is about a girl. So he was also not great at maths. He was from humanities. She was from humanities, and she is not great at maths at all. So, but what? And she has exactly 5 months to 6 months. She has exactly 5 to 6 months. And she was sure like she won't do very good in maths, right? So what she did, she tried to improve a lot. She tried to improve a lot in his VRC and LRDI. So she scored in LRDI 99.9 percentile, and she scored in VRC also 99.3 percentile, right? And this girl was working. This girl was working in Cape Gemini. So this girl was working in Capgemini, and so this girl was working and also studying, but he was not getting maths. So she scored around 90 percentile in maths, 99 in VARC, 99.1 and 99.9 in let's say this exam in LRDI said. And she overall got around 99.3 percentile, and again she converted IIM. So this is like a two different case. So you have to have a strategy also. Why we are here? We will help you to get you the better strategy. You understand me? The better strategy, like, it's not like you have to score 99% in everywhere. You don't need to score 99% everywhere to get a 99 percentile. Even you can score 90 percentile in quant, and let's say 99 in VARC and 98 in LRDI, still your overall score will be a 99 percentile, and still if you have a good chance to get into a very good college. Very good college. Even I know people like a girl with 95 percentile also get into IIM Ahmedabad with stellar academics. So there are always exceptions. So I was telling you, that's why I always tell people there will be always exception. There will be always a lot of people who will break the belief. And the question is whether you are the person who is going to break the belief or not. That is more important thing. Like, you have to be the person, because every time there is an exception, everywhere there is an exception. That is fine, but you have to follow like the majority rule, like what exactly people are doing. People are like doing, like, people have to work no matter how smart they are. And I'll give you another example of the very smartest mind, very smart people. Like, he's very good friend of mine, like he's my friend. So he was initially, he cleared INMO, he cleared RMO, then he was in IIT KGP. And he was very confident about CAT. So initial days, like he scored from the mocks only, he started scoring around 99.56 percentile. So he took some like let's say private mocks, you understand what I'm saying. And he started scoring from 99.5 to 99.9. Even he got like all India topper in the mocks. So he got so complacent, but actual in the CAT exam, he scored 98 percentile. So that's why I always say, it's like not about how intelligent you are, it's about how dedicated you are and what exactly you can do in that particular 3 hours or 2 hours, and what exactly kind of motivation, dedication and consistency you have, and how much you want that particular thing. That is all matters at the end of the day, no matter how good you are. You might be very good, but still you have to be consistent and you have to be focused. And a lot of big problems with all those people who are very good, I think the people who are not very good, they generally do better in the long run than those people who are very good in the beginning. Because when you're very good, you tend to be very smart than the other people. So you tend to think you can do things very easily. So you don't need to be that much focused. You can do other things, like you can have a good life, you can have a good, like you can have friend circle and all of these things. So they tend to deviate. But the people who can see these things, they are not that good, but they think they can do that better thing, they always win their race. So that is a kind of the same question with like the tortoise and the this like turtle and this rabbit wala, the same kind of story. And the final thing I will say, like I was recently reading this like autobiography of Michael Phelps, right? And the one thing, I was mesmerized by seeing, you know, all right, Michael Phelps, he has like the highest number of gold in the history in swimming, and every Olympic he generally got 4 or 5 golds every Olympic. It's like it's his own thing, right? So I was reading his biography. So he read by himself, before winning the first gold, the last 8 years, he didn't take any day holiday. He has to hit the gym 365 days, whether he's ill, he is sick, he's not willing it, the weather is bad, whatever the case, 365 days he heated gym like in the morning and in the afternoon for 8 years. Can you believe this consistency? For 8 years he heated gym in the morning, in the evening he just go on swimming. And how monotonous it can be. Like every morning you are swimming, every evening you are swimming, every morning you are swimming, every evening you are swimming. How monotonous it can be, and how much discipline he has to be to get this follow for the next 8 years, and what kind of motivation. Then why I answered this thing, like this is not motivation. Even he said the thing, this is not motivation. He had something, he wanted to do something, and he know this is the only process. You have to be consistent, and he was consistent for 8 years. No matter what happened, every day 2 times he hit the gym, whatever happens. Now you can see he has all the major world records, all the world records. So this is what happened with consistency, darling. This is what happened. You have to be consistent if you want to get something. And that's why, and even Michael Phelps also told, like initially he was not great with his his co-players or his let's say his friends. His friends are way better than him. But in the long run, he surpassed even every single person in the planet Earth. Trust me on this. He surpassed every single. Similarly, like Ronaldo, obviously, it's one of the biggest examples of Ronaldo. This is the difference between Ronaldo and Messi, right? Ronaldo is something like who is the example of like pure motivation, pure consistency and pure hard work. Messi is gifted, yes, but he also put a lot of hard work. Obviously, it's not like if you are gifted, you are not going to put hard work. But Ronaldo is one of the example of like pure hard work. Ronaldo was not that skillful, but he made himself. Similarly, if you see Dragon Ball Z, it's like the difference between Goku and Vegeta. Vegeta is like the hard work, like that is a consistency. He has to prove everything. So this is, all of these things are like the example of like the hard work and how hard work can fetch you whatever exactly you want to fetch. So this is about your potential. So let's go for the next one. So when you start your preparation, obviously, you can start your preparation after 8 months. Yeah, exactly, we have 8 months. So this is exactly the right time to start your preparation. And exactly, if you think like I am going to do CAT, I am going to take CAT, I am going to do an MBA. So don't think much. Take decision, start your studying, start your preparation, whether you want to start with us, whether you want to start with some XYZ, whether you want to start with yourself. No matter what it is, but start. That's what I always say. I'm not asking always like you have to start with ourselves. We have to take my class, you have to take iQuanta class. Not. But if you think you want to start, you have to start now. And this is exactly the ideal time to start. like exactly ideal is 8 to 10 months is always the ideal time. Like 7 to 10 months is always the ideal time, always. And right now I can say it's like one of the best time, because this time you have all the time. You can complete your syllabus in by July, August. You can start taking your mocks from July. You can do all of these mocks by October, and you can also have time for revision. And again after that you can go for the CAT. So you have all the time for revision. You have the time for understanding the concept, taking the mocks properly. So you have the exact timeline will be divided into everything. I hope you understood like what I'm saying. So no matter what you do, if you are committed to take CAT, like just start preparing. Like I have telling you, you can prepare by yourself, you can prepare with us, you can prepare some XYZ. So whatever your decision is, whatever your decision is, but you should start doing it at this moment, from today onwards, from tomorrow onwards, from today onwards, you start understanding what exactly you are going to do for the next some days. And always have a schedule. Try to maintain a schedule at your night. At night, before going to bed, maintain a schedule. Find what you are going to do tomorrow. Write down all of these things and write down with the importance. Like this is the first important thing you are going to do, this is second, this is third, this is fourth. And please follow, at least you finish at least 60 to 70% of the things what you have written. Because we write a lot of things but we couldn't do that thing. So at least try to do at least 60 to 70% things what you have written, you have done it. And slowly go to 100%, slowly go to 90-95%. If you can do it and if you have this habit for the rest of your life, trust me, you will be the successful person. Even if it is possible, you might take time. It's possible you might be very successful in 30, you might be very successful in 40, you might be very successful in 40. But if you have this habit, whether it is tomorrow, whether it is day after tomorrow, you will be successful, and you definitely will be successful, because you understand how to utilize time, you understand how to plan yourself, and everyone has certain and infinite kind of potential, and you have to just use your potential in the right direction. That is the exact thing you have to do. And if you can control yourself, you can control every external things. That is the most important lesson that I'm going to give today, and you have to follow this. So I will answer all of your questions, don't worry. All of your questions. Before that, I'll just give you a brief of, like, let's say, what about CAT 2023 results. We have like amazing 16 plus 99.90 percentiles and 200 plus 99 percentiles from iQuanta. iQuanta is one thing is also, it's our like the style. We actually have also non-engineering videos for a lot of people whose EA is not good, whose QA is not good. For them, we have non-engineering conceptual videos where we have the easy concepts we generally cover. After that, you will come to the live class. In live class, that is generally me, like I am also a live class teacher. So I generally teach you. This is basically the faculty-driven class. And then after that, there is application class, which is basically the student-driven class. What does it mean? In application class, you'll get a question, you have to solve it. If you're not solving it, then the solution will be posted by a video and all this kind of ways. So that is the second thing is application class. After that, you will get assignments. One is dashboard assignment, section is practice session. You'll get those two kind of assignments. After that, you will get marathons also and 50 CAT level questions from dashboard. So this is what we exactly provide in your syllabus. So this is like the syllabus what we are exactly going to provide you. The second is, like, obviously this is the one of the major thing is dual pedagogy. We will generally cover everything twice. First, we will do it in live class. Like you see, we are teaching here. Second is it is an application class. This is a kind of application class where like the student have to solve these questions, and it is also 2-3 hours long session. This is a 2-hour long session. So every day you are doing live class and application classes. So this is a two-way things. Understand, this is a two-way things. That is known as dual pedagogy. So dual pedagogy is something where we use basically live class as well as application class, so you can cover the entire syllabus twice. After that also, you can cover the syllabus when we do the revise. So we have the crash course also, we do the revision. In the revision also, you can cover the entire syllabus again. So thrice you are covering everything. Next is, this is like about obviously what we exactly have. New edition is non-engineering videos, 23 level marathon. Topic wise mocks we have on each topic, and the batch also we are starting our next batch very soon. So that is also there. And most importantly also in here, like we have our very good mocks are also very good, which is AI powered mocks, where AI is going to help you to understand like how to analyze your mocks. So that is all about what iQuanta is offering. Now I'll answer your questions. Now shoot your question, guys. I guess you have a lot of questions, so yes, I will answer all of your questions now. This is 35 minutes. What I have told, I talked continuously. Now the next 10 minutes is for you. Next 10 minutes, I will answer your questions. 8 months enough for CAT, Sonali. Shonali, 8 month is more than enough for CAT. Trust me on this. If you start now, 8 month is more than sufficient. You just need to work every day. Every day you have to have your schedule and you will need to follow it. And 8 month, trust me, it's enough. I'm iQuanta batch student, but from Monday I have my college exams. What should I do? I can't focus on my CAT prep. It's fine. Don't not do anything. Just try to do the classes. If you can do the classes, it is okay. If you cannot do the classes also, do the classes after your exam will be over. Do that in by then. Now just focus on your exams, like college exams. Please focus on your college exam. And if you can do the classes, at least do the classes. If you are not going to do the classes, then do the classes after your exam. Samyak. That is answer for the Saksham. Samyak is, hi sir, I left my job in April and if I again get a job in December, then it will be considered as a gap year. April to December is around, I guess, 8 months. So it will not consider as a gap year, but there is a gap in your year. Resume will be there, but it will not exactly consider as a gap year. Like it's like a semi gap year. Any other questions, guys? So it will not be considered as the entire thing is as a gap year. Any questions? Any questions, folks? A lot of people answering how to practice all 3 subjects with college and internship. The first thing, if you have time, then practice all 3 subjects. If you do not have time, then practice any 2. Like one day just do VRC and maths. One day do maths and let's say LRDI. One day do let's say LRDI and VRC. This way you can do, even if you cannot do 3 or 2 also, do 1 at least with your college. And at least try to do at least 2. 1 is also very less, but try to do at least 2 things together always. 2 is like important. And if you cannot do like 3 sets of RC, do at least 2 sets. If you cannot do 2 sets of RC, do at least 1 set. Like be in touch, guys, be in touch. Next question is from Vaibhav Shukla. Sir, Hindi medium se hu, interview preparation kaise kare? I'm saying the thing. Vaibhav, I am from vernacular language. I am from Bengali medium. ठीक है, मैं Bengali medium से हूँ. मेरा class 12 तक Bengali medium था, जहाँ पे English हम लोग पढ़ना start करते थे according to our syllabus from 5th. So what I can say, like if I can do it, you can do it also. Do you understand this? एंड अभी तो सोचो ही मत इंटरव्यू में क्या होगा. अभी जो इंग्लिश हमें चाहिए फॉर आरसी, फॉर वीए, फोकस ऑन दिस आरसी. Read, see like a lot of BBC, CNN, this kind of news channel, Al Jazeera, this kind of channel. Please watch this kind. They use a so formal English, so at least you have a good knack to understand the English as well. So do these things, just not more than that, and do read papers and all of these things. Do not actively work on this. Actively work on your CAT. Just that's it. The remaining thing will be taken care of after. Because after November you have 3 months to prepare, and then if you are serious enough, sincere enough, you can really get up from that thing. And even in your CAT preparation also, you will get a lot of insights in your communication, in your understanding, in your comprehension. So don't worry about it. So Vaibhav ho gaya. Shakshi saying, hi, I'm in my final year of the grad in May. This last 2 months are very cooperative, hectic, plus I am doing an internship as well. I have joined coaching already and taking class regularly. That's good, Shakshi, but I'm not able to do self-study. If you're not able to do the self-study, I'm sorry. If you're not able to do self-study, the one thing you have to do, Shakshi, one thing you have to do at least, majorly, if you're giving it like 2-3 hours, that is fair enough. That is fair enough, because in all of these things, as because you will be completing your graduation in 2024 only. So after May you will be free. Now if you are giving 2-3 hours, that is fair enough, but after May you have to be very sincere, like you have to give at least 8-10 hours every day. Now if you are giving 2 hours right now and you are also doing your college and also you have your internship, that is fair enough, but this 2-3 hours have to be very carefully constructed. At least do at least 1 to RC set, 1 to LRDA set almost every day, or at least once in 2 days. Do that, that will be sufficient. And don't increase it. And if you want to increase your reading habit, what you need to do, you have to get a book or something you want to love. You should start loving, you should start reading something you love. Like let's say if someone wants to start their reading habit, I will always ask you about having some light reading. So like the novels, like something you actually love, like let's say it can be sports, it can be manga, it can be anything, like something which you actually love. Do start reading those things, and at least read which is like, do not read some very generic authors like Chetan Bhagat. Read something which is actually good. If you want to start with some foreign authors, you can start with John Green, this kind of authors like Jeffrey Archer, Paulo Coelho. This kind of books are like interesting. Also, thriller is also there, so you can start with this kind of books. Then slowly you need to diversify yourself to something like some other genre like philosophy, psychology, sociology, arts, culture, all of these things. Then you start reading this. But for the right now, you start reading whatever you love. Sir, I am a working person. I have not time. Suggest me, what can I do? You can do two things. At least you can take a break from your job and you can start preparing, or at least at the weekends you start. Weekends you prepare. At least on the Sunday you prepare, and the rest days prepare for 1 hour and all. And at least before 2-3 months before CAT, take like a sabbatical, or like you can leave your job as well. But you have to take a decision there. Sanghamitra, sir, loved your speed maths classes, but I'm not consciously applying them in my class. That is fine, because like I can use it because I have done it for so long. You have to use it consciously. Consciously, you have to use it every time. Then only you can have a habit of using this. Sometimes we are not very confident, like whether I can use this shortcut, but whether I can get the answer correctly or not. So you have to got past that fear. Then only you can do that. Shanghamitra. And for that you have to do so much practice, not only the calculation, but start practicing this calculation within questions as well. वैभव सर, कम्युनिकेशन कोर्स का सर्टिफिकेट है, ये हेल्प करेगा फ्यूचर में? नहीं, कम्युनिकेशन कोर्स का सर्टिफिकेट कुछ हेल्प नहीं करता. देयर इज नो हेल्प फॉर कम्युनिकेशन कोर्स सर्टिफिकेट. दैट्स फाइन. नेक्स्ट इज हंस. वैभव सर, कम्युनिकेशन कोर्स. हंसराज. Hansaji said, I completed my engineers in 2023 and I'm gonna attend CAT in 24, right? I am not working, but I am in my dad business and similar doing. It's not negative. If you're doing it in data analysis, like, or data analytics, whatever you're doing, that is a good thing you're doing. It's good about it. But the thing is that even if you're working with your dad, you should have a proper documentation of what kind of work you're doing and all of these things. Then it is fine. Then you can consider it as a work ex as well. Otherwise, this work ex won't be considered. AJ is, VRC is heading too much trouble to me. There is nothing understood by me. Can you suggest? You should start reading something. Start reading from Sakshi also. Sakshi, initially you should not start with editorials. Initially, if you don't love reading, don't start with editorials. Editorials start after 1 month. At least get a habit of reading. And for AJ also, like, start reading whatever you want to love. Start solving easy RCs. Especially RCs which was there in from CAT 2014. In that point of time, start solving those kind of RC also. Start doing those things. So this will be really helpful. And please solve RC every day. Like, you keep on reading, but still solve RC and maintain one Excel sheet where you need to understand, right, whether you are understanding the passage or not. And do not leave the passage unless you understand the passage entirely. You have to go through the passage entirely and every time. Let's say, in some point of time, you have to go through the passage, and again you have to go through the passage, and again you have to go through the process. Unless you are comprehending exactly what is said, you have to go through the passage again and again, and try to write down the summary as well, because writing summary also help you in comprehending. In the next sessions, I will tell you what kind of improvement you can do from here. Right now, you have to do all the questions, and right now identify the questions what you do mostly incorrect, and please write summaries for every question. Next is Kritika. Kritika is how to stay consistent and improve in RC, getting 2-4 questions right in the passage every time. It's like 2-4 questions. It is fine. It's fine. It's demotivating, but it is fine. Everyone goes through this, bro. Everyone goes through this. You are not alone. First, you need to understand this. What you need to do, you need to comprehend properly. You need to understand, like, whether you are problem with understanding the passage or understanding the question. You identify this. Then identify what kind of questions you generally do a lot of incorrect, like, or you are doing mistakes in what kind of questions. Again, identify those questions. Then see, like, how you can relate this kind of concept with the passage. Do this kind of, do this every day. From now onwards, next 10 days, I will guarantee you, you will improve in your RC. I will guarantee you, Kritika. And the second thing what you guys need to do, that is, whenever you're reading a long passage or small passage, at least try to have a mental note and write down the notes behind the passage, like, or beside the passage. Write down the notes. Like, let's say it's a 3 paragraph thing. Write down the notes for the first paragraph, second, then third, and try to have a mental mapping like how this flow is basically happening. So if you're going to do these things, initially it will take time, but with time you will be more efficient and it will take very less time, and this will help a lot of people to improve their RC. Trust me, this is a tested process. Harish Raj, what are the documents required to show that I have, like your offer letter, your salary credit, especially if there is your dad's company has anything like your salary slip, that is also be very fine. You should have another one, at least another one as your like next chief immediate like superior. So that's the things you should have. Hans Raj. Priya. Priya, I am in final year. I will do preparation one complete day, and on other day I will not half of the day. Priya, one thing you have to do, like I understand, this is like, this happens with everyone. This happens with me also. Like I am telling a lot of things, but it is very difficult for me also to be consistent. But what you have to do now, don't do like full day long. Do half day. If you are willing to do half day every day, do half day every day. If you're willing to do 1/4 of the day every day, do 1/4 of the day every day. And at least do not be very dependent on the motivation. Be disciplined. Like when you think you don't want to do it, just think about you have to achieve something at the end. And just have to make your mind like you have to do it, and everyone has done it and everyone is doing it. So you also need to do it. So just use your mental fortitude. That's the only thing that will help you is your mental fortitude. You can go for CMAT also, but CMAT is for this year only. It will not hold for the next year. Simple. Sania sir, does gap year create any problem? If you have a genuine health problem, there is no problem. Otherwise, fine. It's like a gap year. Don't think about it. It won't help. It won't give you a lot of hazards. It won't give you a lot of hazards. That's fine. Shango Mitra is, sir, does it matter which job you do to avoid gap year? It matters a less, but it's better to have a job. If you're not having also a job, that is also fine. If you're having a very good percentile with a 1-2 years of gap, that is also fine. There is no problem. Like you might need to face a lot of things, but yes, you can manage it. And people have get into IIM Ahmedabad with 1 to 2 years of gap experience also. So people have done it, so you worry you can't you. So the same thing for Sania also. Like if you have the gap year, so you can get into a particular kind of job. BPO, please avoid BPO. Don't go for BPO. Go for something like an accounting firm or a sales firm or something, any kind of firm where there is a job is not like directly kind of BPO. Like you can go for a calling job also, but not exactly for those kind of like outbound calls and this kind of things. 2 years gap is also fine, but you can take a job where you have to like, even a sales or like the calling or telecalling is also fine, but not only BPO. If you have all these things, if you have all the documentation, working in an NGO is considered as a job, but if you have the proper documentation, you have proper salary, you are not a volunteer. Volunteering is not a job, but you can also work in NGO. There are a lot of NGO or the social entrepreneurship companies are there. People work there, right? So that is fine. That is fine. But you cannot be the volunteer. If you are a volunteer, you cannot claim as a you cannot claim your volunteership as your work experience. So this is all about it. So I have also a flight to catch, I guess. So I will be taking a leave. I hope you guys love the session. I hope, because I try to motivate you and try to ask you be consistent. I try to give you like a lot of insights of CAT as well. At least I try to like solve your queries also. Please feel free and if you want to connect me also, you can connect me in my Instagram also. My Instagram is abbasimran24. So you can ask me questions as well. I will not promise like I will answer questions very immediately, but I'll try to at least answer some questions at least, and like it might take time, but yes, I will finish. I'll answer. How to start DIL as a business? Start solving puzzles. Go in a Google, just write down the puzzles. So start solving puzzles. That's it. Initially for 5-10 days, start solving puzzles and do the previous DI questions from CAT from 2000 to 2015. That is, you can start the DI. That's it. Semester students, yes, if you will be completing your graduation in 2025, you are eligible to apply in CAT 24. Thank you, Shankar Mitra. Yes, I am actually coming to Kolkata only. So yeah. Is IMB possible with? IMB is difficult because if you see the batch profile of IIM Bangalore, there is 8 to 9% freshers, right? So IIM Bangalore is difficult, but I won't say no, because this is like, 8% still there. Like 8% is around 30-40 people are like the fresher people, but it is difficult. But in Calcutta there are 40% freshers with zero work ex. So Calcutta you have a better chance always. So thank you guys. It's lovely. I hope you love it. I hope I have understood a lot of your queries, and I try to give back like some of my like experiences as well. Um, and thank you very much, all of you. Thanks a lot. It's always really great to get you guys on board, and I really wish to see you guys in class as well or somewhere other. So see you guys in class also, and see you guys in like in other sessions as well. Let's see. But it's really nice to have you guys on board, and thank you very much. Thanks a lot, and good day, and have a great weekend.